the famous John Rooney in Rooney's gym under London Bridge as the trains fly over us every couple of minutes. It's a busy spot you have here, John, but before that, tell us about your background. You're a Belfast man, but living in London, and what's your background in boxing?
Belfast man, living in London, 25 years, boxed in Ireland. Started off my career in Clonardon AVC, ended up in the MAC from I was about 11. Boxed there, and then I grew up in the children's home, so I done most of my boxing as a kid down in Kirkcaldy.
Yeah.
And then didn't box from I was about 14 until I was about 18. Beat in the finals of the Ulster under 18s. Then didn't box again until I was 20. Boxed in the County Anthems and the Ulsters, beat in the finals of the Ulsters. McGee beat me, Eamon McGee beat me in the finals of the County Anthems. Won a silver medal 6 weeks after beating me in the World Juniors.
Or was that out in Cuba? Was that one out?
I think I was in Cuba, I'm not too sure. Then always been round boxing. Boxed at 23 years of age, the boxed on a B team against the USA. Came back from there, got sort of a sidelined onto the party scene, and woke up at about 27 years of age with a baby and a girlfriend, and decided I wanted to have a crack at it again. I was in Breen's gym training away there, sparring gym, right close, people like that. And Maloney was promoting shows there at that time, talking away, come over, spent a bit of time with Maloney. Then he asked me did I want to train a few fighters, come over, started training below average fighters now. Their ability was below average, but their commitment wasn't. Turned a couple of guys' records around. Started training hard Eastman. Trained Eastman for the European title, he beat McCracken. Then brought a couple of kids along with the same. Mickey Steeds brought him from the amateur fights to turn him pro at 20, 21. Within 10 fights he won the British Southern Area title. Beat Julius Francis from the well long, Gary Delaney. Fought Scott Comer in his 10th fight for the British title again, and decided that I wanted my own gym.
Yeah.
And
so when did you open the gym up?
About 2000, and not long after I was married. I was married in 2003, and opened the gym under a franchise at Gleason's, New York, and run the franchise for 3 or 4 years, and then basically didn't want to really run a franchise anymore and decided to change it to my own name, which was benefit to us. Google rating shot up. The only reason that I can think of that is people associate it with Wayne Rooney. Yeah. And the clicks and hits get you to the top of the tree, and that's the only thing I can put it down to. But it's been very good to us. And I'm happy enough the way the gym in London's running at the minute.
So that led you on to, you always wanted to get back involved, give something back to Belfast boxing, and that's sort of coming to fruition just as we speak almost.
I've always trained Martin Lindsay from the start of his career. I have a good squad of kids coming through the MAC there, but I always wanted a gym in Belfast City Centre. The same business model as where I have here. In London, we would have over 650 people on the books, and 25 of them are actually fighters. The rest are all keep fit. Yeah. And it's a nice situation where the public can come in and train alongside professional athletes. They can learn a wee bit to speak to professional athletes. As you see in here, everybody's on first name terms. There's no airs or graces. If you're a pro and you're a keep fitter here, you still have the same rights in the gym. Yeah. But the guys that keep fitters go back to work and tell about their experience and watching people sparring. And I just always believed that boxing is such a knowledge, but Belfast is such a knowledge of boxing, and I just thought it would always have worked there. Do you know what I mean? I think we're open 8 days now, 7 or 8 days, and we're in profit already, so I'm happy enough about Belfast. Yeah. Well, square footage in Belfast would be 5,500 square feet. We'll have one room with 3,000 square feet in it, which is big enough for the whole small shows. Yeah. We'll have the Belfast Box Cup there on the 9th and 10th of May. Yeah, so that's the one that was in the Shankill Leisure Centre last year. That's it. Yeah. And that's an international event. Yes, last year I brought England, Bulgaria, this year I've got Canada coming. The Canadian team was actually based in my gym in London before the Olympics.
Right.
So I met the performance director Daniel, told him what we were doing. He's bringing a team of Bulgarian team coming, and England are signing a team as well.
Yeah.
But we're going to hold it there, the Belfast gym, with the intentions of running pro shows.
Yeah.
For 12 years, I've went with my cap in my hand to different promoters to get my fighters on the shows. When you're selling tickets, it's good, but when
Yeah.
you're not selling tickets,
Tough work.
It's tough work. With opening the Belfast gym, it has put me in a position where I'm self-sufficient.
You're your own master.
And if I can sell 400 tickets, I can run a small show.
Yeah.
And once you've your fighters up to 12 or 14 and over, they're good enough, they can fight for titles. Then the promoters are more acceptable.
Yeah. Because you have a stable that you've already built of pro fighters in Belfast, you know, and top quality fighters as well. It's not, you know, it's not to be sniffed at kind of fighters.
Well,
So
Lindsay speaks for himself. I think Lindsay just come up against the cracker against Lee Selby.
he was amazing, wasn't he?
Absolutely. I never underestimated Martin Lindsay in my life, but I underestimated Lee Selby.
I think maybe a lot of people did, and because Lindsay fought great that night.
Showed a lot of heart, a
Yeah.
lot of determination, but
Selby was
just
just
beat a
maybe.
younger, stronger, better guy
Yeah.
on the night. Now I think when he moves on, he'll either move up or he'll defend that featherweight title one more.
Yeah.
I still think Martin Lindsay beat any other featherweight in Britain.
Well, let's put it this way: there's some good fights out there for him to have.
Absolutely. Then the next one down from Lindsay, you would have Paddy Gallagher. Paddy's amateur career speaks for itself. You have Commonwealth Games gold medalist. His record as a pro is 3-0, and as you were there in his last fight yourself.
He looks
seen how
devastating.
Devastating it'd be when he
Yeah,
was inside.
and we did actually have a quiet discussion beforehand. I said, and what did I say to you? I
He
thought,
says that you thought I'd matched Paddy very hard in his first fight, and you also thought I'd matched him very hard in the second fight. But the second fight only lasted 30 seconds. So, and then I said to you, what was that you were saying? Well, listen, you know what everybody knows what their fighters are capable for. And when you're in close
when you see him, when you see him,
just watching them outside the ring, you don't really always know. The other pros in Belfast at the minute are James Friars.
Yeah,
and
classy boxer.
You've seen Friars yourself, good kid. Been flat as a pancake for the last 2 or 3 years. Basically fought in the Irish Senior final, got robbed against the kid, Tyrone McCullough. And he's never been in love with amateur boxing. He's gone through the motions. Turned pro, 2-0, made his pro debut against Christian Lade. Give Christian Lade all he wanted, more than he wanted. Now when you take into considering James is a lightweight, and then Tom Stalker, the light welterweight, the British, the England captain, he made his professional debut against James as well.
And he couldn't put him away.
But I think James done an easier job.
I think he looked more comprehensive in his victory.
He did. James is a very economical fighter, doesn't throw a lot that misses. Really, I'm happy to be managing James. I think James is a wee star of the future.
Yeah.
And
then young Melly.
Melly is just Melly. Melly hits you with 300 punches around.
Yeah.
He's a southpaw, but not the typical southpaw. And when you're speaking to Melly, he's just Alfredo, you're fighting. He doesn't ask who, what. He just says when and where.
Yeah.
And he turns up for his father, and his father is a
Mac legend.
A Mac legend, the great man for the Magalata Boxing Club. But he also helps me out a lot. Medicals, anybody driving here, bringing him. Fredo's a part of my right arm was chopped off. It would miss it, like.
Yeah. So you've built up those guys in Belfast. So now you need to get them fights. So that's where the Rooney's gym comes in, and you're quite close to putting all that jigsaw together.
Yep. Well, we'll actually run a show before the summer comes in here, and it'll be a wee 3-fight show with either an amateur show afterwards, an hour break, and then an amateur show, or some other show after.
Yeah.
With a bit of entertainment. I just need to be self-sufficient.
Yeah.
And, you know, with boxing, it's never over. The fight's never over to the final bell.
Yeah.
And you don't know what's going to happen. And for Lindsay, a perfect example. Lindsay was due to fight for the NABA title in Canada, and on the card of Molitor. over there, you weigh in on the day. We weighed in 1 o'clock. The Mexican kid failed his brains gone.
Yeah.
Then he fought to fight Selby. Selby took sick the night before, so until the bell rings, you're not.
Yeah.
You're never 100% sure.
Well, it's, we've seen that throughout Ireland in last year. There's been so many bills called off late as well. It's a precarious game, and people might knock managers and promoters, but what I would say to them is, you try and put on a show.
Absolutely. I think it's hard. It's like anything. It's hard when you're relying on other people.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm going to do it all myself, because it's impossible.
Yeah.
I need help from the likes of yourself, Alfredo, the whole lot. But if I'm 99% self-sufficient,
yeah,
and it falls down,
it takes out a lot. It takes away a lot of the potential pitfalls.
Absolutely.
Because you've got your venue,
yeah,
you've got everything sorted. You've got your own fighters. Yeah. You've got, you're the master of your own destiny for a lot of it.
And if it falls apart, I have nobody else to blame but
yeah.
myself. Do you
yeah.
know what I mean? So the fighters in Belfast, I can't wait to get them out and get them fighting regularly. We'll hopefully run a show every 6 weeks or 2
So that's the plan for the next year. For the next year, how many shows do you think you could have for the next year?
6 or 7.
Six shows.
6 or 7.
Yeah.
The boys I've told all the boys I need to keep them fighting a minimum of 6 fights.
Yeah.
So if I'm running 4 shows in Ireland or 5 shows in Ireland, and you have to bring them once to England, it's
yeah.
not the end of the world.
Yeah.
But if you have to do it fight after fight,
then
after
that's
fight,
a killer.
That's
yeah.
a killer.
It's unsustainable, really.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, listen. Good luck with the gym.
Yeah.
Good luck with the shows.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we'll catch up with you again very soon.
100%, Leonard. Thank you.
Cheers. Thanks very much.